Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for My Hero Academia Vigilantes Season 1, Episode 13, the finale! Alright, so this is actually replacing... It's kind of funny. I'm actually a bit ahead on this show. I think I had some days where I was bored and I decided to watch more, but I still continued my 1 week release, so... I noticed today I publicly released episode 10 onto my Patreon, so I guess technically after tonight, I'm 3 episodes ahead of what's on my Patreon, which is also 2 episodes ahead of what's on YouTube. My point being, the reason why I'm saying this is because I did start watching My Hero Academia Season 8, which is technically replacing this show. It worked out good because I'm watching the last episode now, and I've watched the first episode at this point of My Hero Academia. But by the time you guys are seeing this, My Hero Academia, since I'm releasing those as they air, I want to like get them out as fast as possible for you guys. Because of that, by the time you're seeing this on YouTube, there's probably like 5 episodes out or 6 episodes out of My Hero, so it might be a little confusing. But anyway, one other order of business to go through real fast is I did go back to my old audio. I did try running like NVIDIA broadcast, which I thought would filter out some of the background noise a little more. But what I found was happening is when I got too excited, it would like really try to filter out my voice. I guess I don't sound like a person, when I get really excited, and it made the audio sound really terrible. And so I decided to go back to my older system, so there might be some little noises that might come through. There might be some humming in the background while I'm talking. I'll probably try to use the noise gate again because that system seemed to work pretty good. So that way when I'm not talking, the humming won't be there. So apologies if you guys do hear that humming and everything. Maybe I'll try again at some point to get some kind of system to work, but it's really hard to get like a really strong noise suppression and also it not get pissed off when you get really hyped and loud. So I don't want you guys to not hear my hype moments because it decides to cut out my audio. I'd rather you hear the slight humming of background noise here and there. So it's like how I'm deciding to do it for now until I try to find a better way or get a better microphone or something like that. So anyways, last episode we obviously had the concert happen, which was really cool. And then the big highlight for me was Knuckle Duster versus his daughter, who had this bee host in her. And I'm really curious if that, they did take the queen bee out, but whoever like commanded the quirk, like, was that queen bee pus nasty thing that came out, was that the quirk user? Or was the quirk user implanting something in her and then controlling her? Is that user still out there? I was kind of like confused by through like the dialogue. It almost sounded like Knuckle was saying like, "This is the end for you. You're done." But also, I wouldn't be surprised if it was still out there and had to be dealt with. But we had some like super speed guy with like a line across his face collecting one of the bees for like data of some kind. So I wonder how he's going to come into play with this being the last episode. Are we just gonna kind of aftermath everything and like kind of see what happened with Knuckles' family and all that, and then just maybe leave us on a stinger for season 2? Which season 2 is coming in January, so I don't have to wait too long, which is exciting. So it's yeah, I mean I have to wait a little bit of time, but not as long as you guys probably had to wait. Although I feel like season 1 did just come out. Anyway, this was a long rant. Let's get started, guys. Here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Oh no, she watch. Don't watch your own concert, man. Oh, okay, she likes it. That's good. Never mind. Watch it then. Have fun. I sometimes pay attention to my own stuff when I'm editing it, and I cringe at myself. I hate hearing myself. Ah, she got. God, she's happy. Did she wear herself out? Alright. It's alright. I still find it funny that that one, like, we get a shot of, like, each person in the opening, and Pop Steps is just her ass. But, I mean, I guess she's kind of known for that, so. The idol that has her ass hanging out. Trying to adjust my shirt a little bit. Bada bada boo! Alright. Alright. I say alright a lot, and the fact that the opening says alright a lot makes me a little bothered. Ooh, what a man takes with him. Oh, oh, oh my god! I kind of like the way it's drawn. I feel like it's drawn a little different. The crawler! Is he gonna be another... Oh no, celebrity, of course. Of course this guy had to become a bit of a regular. Oh my god, his sweatshirt! Can you sew the hair back on? Ugh. Yeah, I mean, he tried to lure it away even though he couldn't fight it, you know? He doesn't like having extra work. That's the reason. I hate this guy so much. Hmm. His face. Now CC is gonna be hanging out here too. Oh, please, no, don't make that a... Oh no! Is my boss at your place? Oh no. I like this background track. Oh my god, she's already here. I'll sue. Busy work. Hmm. That's a fair thing to think about. Hmm. Or the drugs are getting stronger. Is that allowed? Hmm. It is a new variant, yeah. Mm-hmm. That was the same person. I mean, I figured it was, but semi-permanent modification. Ooh, that's kind of crazy. Oh. I like seeing more of Aizawa. Ooh. Sneaky. He's just gone. Oh. Whoa. Oh, this is the commercial, I think. Oh no, what is he not gonna like? Oh my god. Who cares? You're flying, dude. He's so self-censored. He complains about having too much work, but then will give himself more work to make himself look better. Oh shit. They're both running and being fast here. Is this guy gonna like do something because he's fast too, right? Oh no. I saw. Oh no, she doubled down. They're not gonna try to have the crawler be it, right? Oh no, it is. He's not a hero though, technically. Like a hero. Kinda hero-ish guy. Uh, but like, who is he? What? Oh, it just got sung. Oh my god. He doesn't completely suck. That guy is a trip. What a line. Oh no. They still want a hero. Man, they shadow his face a lot. Oh, but Jesus. Oh no, Makoto! Nice. He reacted quick. I mean, props to him. We have another. Is this the same guy? Juiced up? How did he get out of jail too? Yeah. I wanted so much more from Knuckle, and now I'm scared we're not going to get any of it this episode. Oh, well, maybe we'll find out what's going on with Knuckle if he's going to go after them. Nice. Oh, I like that shot. Oh, he has good here. Oh, no, he's going. Oh, no, he's going after Koichi. Oh, well, I guess this will get the little kid the little kids will get the hero they wanted, right? Oh man, he just took Koichi that quickly. The way he says it in English. Can he do his own power to stop? Oh, no, okay. Wow, he just. Man, I gotta say, Captain Celebrity is pretty strong. As much as I hate him, he just instantly takes out some of these villains that seem tough. Good job, Koichi. I don't know why he's getting credit for that, but okay. Oh, Knuckle. Is he hanging up his cape? Hmm. Oh man, I love Knuckle. I don't want him to hang it up. He wants these washed. I like how they're not even they know so little about him. They're not even fathoming the idea of him like giving it up. You know. Hmm. Was this before he went after his daughter, or was this after? Huh. Makoto, what are you up to? My master's pounder. That sounds weird. More fan letters. I was gonna say, I wonder what Makoto's reaction's gonna be. Oh, what a transition. I thought it was gonna be his family. Oh, wait, what's he doing here? Wait, is this his? Oh no. Oh, I thought that was like a. Oh, you look scary. She's alive. I thought it was gonna be his wife in the hospital. So just keeping an eye on her to make sure she's safe. Oh. Hmm. Uh, that pause. Yes, he got the call about something being wrong. Oh no. Seemed like she was kind of awake a little. Oh, she has the eye patch too. Oh. I am here. What? She's decorating his home with her fan letters. Man, she wants to interview him. Oh, nice. He's all beat up. Hmm. Damn. Interesting. All right. I wonder if we'll have any kind of like ominous after credit stuff or whatever. But the way it talked thereafter, I wonder like if time is gonna pass a little bit for the next season. Obviously, like I said, there might be after credits, so I don't want to speak too soon, but they didn't leave us on too much of a stinger, other than, obviously knowing the fast dude is around still and doing things, but yeah. I mean, I kind of feel like something is gonna pull Knuckle, like, out of retirement, I feel like there's still so much more to that character, so we'll have to see. But yeah. I want him back, but also I want him to spend time with his family. That's the most important thing. Like, his family's trying to recover from this. I hope the mom is okay. Like, the daughter seems like Tamao seems like she's okay for now, but the way it seemed like she was being, like, drug off, like she was, like crashing or something. But she was a little bit, like, conscious there. Had, like, a smile when she heard about her daughter and everything, so she was, like, a little bit coherent. Alrighty. Oh wow, there's just absolutely nothing after the credits. Alright, that is it, guys, for episode 13. Okay, that was a really nice, like, honestly, if that was it and they never did another season, that would have been like a decent send-off. It's almost like it almost felt like they weren't sure if they were gonna get another season. I could be wrong. Maybe they did know. But like obviously like there's some loose threads for sure. But it didn't feel like there was anything like so big that it's like holy shit, I need the next season right now. And sometimes shows do that where it's like, hey, yeah, there's more in the manga, but the show didn't do too well, so we're not going to do more, kind of thing. But I know that second season's confirmed for January, so I'm excited for that. I do. I don't think I've had the big hype moment like the when Koichi like flew that whole thing, saving Makoto from the runaway cat thing. That was pretty good. It was more of an emotional fight with Knuckle versus his daughter and all that. Other than that, a lot of the fights have been either like comedy or just like serious but not super serious, if that makes sense. I never had the moment of like that My Hero Academia gets into where it's like I have chills all throughout my body and I'm like so hyped I'm crying. But shows don't have to have that. There's not many shows I watch that do that to me anyway. My Hero's kind of like special in that regard. But I have very much liked Vigilantes. I think Knuckles my favorite character, and the fact that he like hasn't been around with Koichi and Popstep. Um I've been missing that. So I do hope we get that again. But yeah, I mean I like Koichi. He's kind of like that, like he's the thing is he's awkward. I was gonna say he's like introverted, and because of that he's awkward, but he's not really introverted. Like he does a lot of like extroverted things, but it's just he's awkward, which is an interesting combination for a character because I feel like a lot of the times you see like extroverts, and a lot of the times they seem the most normal, whereas he's seems extroverted but seems very, abnormal in a lot of ways. Like there's a lot of social cues and stuff he doesn't get and understand, and doesn't handle all the social moments super well, but he is able to what's it called, but he still like is willing to get on a stage and like sing even though he's awkward about it. Like I could never do that. I might, if I was forced up onto a stage, I would like awkwardly ramble for a few and like probably be shaking and sound terrible and have a shaky voice and everything. But I could never just be like, yeah, I'm gonna sing. And like, even though he didn't really have many friends in college, it was because he made a mistake with his awkwardness, but he had like a bunch of people he knew in the beginning. It's just he got this bad rep and people kind of stopped hanging out with him. So he's definitely an interesting character, but he's not my favorite to watch. It's more like one of those things where like, okay, what's Koichi gonna do that's gonna be awkward this time? But he has a good heart and he's trying to save people. Like with CC and everything, talking this episode, he's like, Captain Celebrity's like, hey, like, you need to stop doing this because you're putting more work. Like, just be a normal citizen. Like, why do you gotta put yourself in this danger? And Koichi's just like, well, I think people in a quirk society should help each other. And, if he's able to take a scary villain, even though he's not able to beat it, but he was able to kind of lure it away from other people getting hurt, then that's a win in his book, even if he's not the one that defeats it, right? So, but Captain Celebrity is also the kind of hero that I dislike the most. He's kind of the type of hero that Stain would go after in like modern time Stain. I don't think Stain is there yet in this timeline, but yeah, Stain's whole thing is like not liking heroes that are just in it like as a job. It should be about saving people. That should be what being a hero is about. But Captain Celebrity is just straight up like it's work. And if he has to do extra work, he treats it as if like you're working in a store and you're about to close and someone walks in the door in the last minute and you're like, ugh, this sucks, because you just want to go home. It seems like he's kind of that way. And he's just doing everything for his own publicity to make himself look good and defeat his own ego and to try to fix the scandals that he's had in the past and, try to get people to forget about that while he does good and stuff like that. So, granted, with all that being said, I will admit he is a very good hero. Like, in Ingenium, even the first time he dealt with the Bat villain, he struggled with that one. That one was taken down by our guys who just kind of knew the streets and knew a way to like set up a trap for him. But Ingenium struggled with him. And then super enhanced version of him, I don't think Ingenium really stood a chance at all. And Captain Celebrity just kind of flies in and beats him instantly. I actually expected it to be a bit more of a fight, but no, just Captain Celebrity is just that strong. And like, so props to him. It's once again, I mean, it goes down to what Koichi said, like, not all of us have quirks that let us be that good. It's nice that Captain Celebrity has a quirk that's good, and, he might have a little bit of Bakugo in him, where he grew up thinking that his quirk is amazing, and all these amazing things he's able to do, and because of that, he got this, like, big ego, and whereas Bakugo was obviously able to change, as we've seen throughout My Hero, Captain Celebrity, even as an adult, hasn't gone through that change. It just stayed in his head and never really went away. So, but Popstep is a cool character, but sometimes she's just kind of there. Like she's just kind of like the normal foil to Koichi's weirdness, where like a lot of the time she's there when he's being weird to then be like, yeah, he's being weird. But I do like her little journey of like being an idol, and I like she has like an interesting role in the group as like a part of the vigilante team where she's like not really participating in like she doesn't really try to fight at all with her quirk or anything. I know it's just like leaping, but like could you like leap and then come down and like use that momentum to hurt someone, like hurt a villain or something like that? But she doesn't even try to do that. She's just kind of she's the one getting the information, reporting it to the heroes, getting backup to come and help Koichi while he keeps things distracted and stuff like that. So it's it's definitely an interesting dynamic with them. And I like don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I hate the two characters. I like them. It's just Knuckle is just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a fan of like the big brawly like quirkless dude who just like is managing to take down so many of these like bigger villains just with his strength and strategy. And like as like brutish as he seems sometimes, he is very smart too. So I just, and then obviously he just has a compelling story with his family and everything that's happened to him. It just makes me want so much more from Knuckle, and it makes me sad seeing his, almost like he hung up his cape, by leaving his, pounders is apparently what they're calling them, and his mask there. So I also just love his aesthetic, where he's just wearing like the same black trench coat he always wears, but then just puts on a thing to cover his eyes and throws on some freaking brass knuckles. He's just a really fun character to be around and everything. So, like I said, I hope he comes back next season, or we do get like a lot of focus on him and his recovery with his family and all that. But um we did, however, have talk about what happened to the one eel kid. It seems like whatever they're doing, it is causing semi-permanent modifications to their like bodies and quirks, which is really interesting. So this Idio Trigger is, and they said like they're somehow modifying them. Now I don't know. Was him becoming a big eel monster? Was that the modifications they were doing to make it so that they could they wouldn't overdose on the drug, or was the drug like because they said somehow they were modifying these people so that way they wouldn't overdose on the drug? Like, was his bulked up eel form the cause of the drug? Or was it the cause of whatever they did to him so that way he could take so much of the drug without overdosing? That was one thing that I wasn't really sure on how it worked. But either way, it's really interesting because, we do have some quirk boosting stuff in My Hero, which obviously takes place after this, but it's not super prevalent, which makes me really wonder, like, does this system get like dismantled? We know that it seems like All for One's behind it a little bit, but like the ability to modify these quirks to make them like exponentially more powerful and semi permanent modifications too. It's I'm surprised we haven't seen it more, or maybe we have, and maybe it's like another part of their Nomu research. Like maybe all of this is building up to how they make Nomus, and maybe they are taking some of these quirks from people and then boosting them within the Nomus using this Idio trigger, and maybe that's how it ties into All for One, right? Um, but yeah, because in modern times, as far as we know, we don't really see them making these permanent changes to people's quirk and like in All for One's like henchmen or anything like that. So I'm just curious where it goes with that, and how like this like ties in with My Hero, but makes sense that the things we're seeing here don't really like be mentioned too much in My Hero. It's one of those like fine lines to try and figure out of like how to write a compelling story that we then don't really hear too much about in the My Hero universe, or in the My Hero show, right? I know like there are some things that I think the authors are working on together, I think I've heard, which is interesting too. So hopefully they do like tie that in properly. Like I wonder if we'll ever, like, I think this might be either before or right around when All Might gets his big injury, right? It just really makes me wonder if at some point we'll see that moment, and if it'll have anything to do with, if we'll actually get to see All Might versus All for One, and that fight that left that wound in him and wounded All for One, and everything. Like, will this story end up building up to that, or is this just gonna stay as a completely isolated thing where every now and then we just get cameos of heroes we know, and every now and then maybe we see All Might come in. Like, I think we saw him like once this season come in when like all those villains, when there was like a big mass of instant villains showing up. But yeah, either way, I'm really excited, guys. I really have fun with this show. Like I said, it's not on the level of like the normal My Hero show for me. I still love that one, and it holds a special place in my heart. But I have a lot of fun watching it. So I'm really excited for season 2. I will try my best to jump into season 2 and watch it while it's airing, right when it comes out. I think there's a lot coming out that season, so I'm gonna have to try to figure out what I'm gonna do for my scheduling and everything. But hopefully, I will be able to get that one out for you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Check out my Patreon if you want to see more. Links in the description below should be popping up on the screen, where you can get 2 episodes ahead for my other content, not for this one because this is the last episode, and then what has replaced this show is My Hero, which I'm watching while it's airing. My Hero Season 8. So, but yeah, there are early access for the other shows that I watch, or some of the other shows I watch on my other channel that aren't current airing shows. So keep an eye out for that if you want to support the channel. There's also Patreon shows on there too, through the Patreon show tier, where you can get access to things like the rest of Freerun that isn't released yet, Solo Leveling Season 1 and 2, Dan Season 1 and 2, and then for live action, The Expanse, Seasons 1 through 5, and I'm working my way through Season 5 right now. So thank you guys so much for watching. I already said all that. I'll see you guys in my future reactions. Bye-bye.